Earlier, I introduced you to the HTML required for marking up your lists. This included unordered lists, which just have a bulleted item, ordered lists, which are numbered, and definition lists, which have two values, the actual item and the value of the item. CSS, however, includes list properties that allow the formatting of these lists by including styles to specify different list item markers, or even allows you to set an image as the list item marker and to position these markers. The relevant styles here are list style. This is shorthand for setting list properties in one declaration. The list style type sets the type of list item marker. And because you have two different kinds of lists, you have different possible values. For unordered lists, you have no markers, a disk marker, a circle marker, or a square marker. The ordered lists, remember these are numbered lists, you have more options, including none, circle, disk, and square, but you also have Armenian. Decimal to make the marker a number. Decimal leading 0, the marker will be a number padded by an initial 0, such as 01, 02, 03, and so on. The Georgian value will enable you to make a marker in traditional Georgian numbering. Lower alphabetical will be A, B, C, D, or E. Lower Greek is alpha, beta, gamma. Lower Latin will be A, B, C, D, and E. Lower Roman is Roman numerals, as you can see here in the example. Upper alphabetical will be uppercase A, B, C, D, and so on. Upper Latin is also A, B, C, D. And then uppercase Roman would be Roman numerals, capitalized, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. There are also list properties for setting the position of the list item marker, as well as to replace the style type with an actual image and to set an auto length for the marker offset. Let me run through some examples showing you these various properties and options you have for styling your lists with CSS. First off, with the unordered list, notice I have a unordered list here with the standard markers, but I have a third one here in Roman numerals. And we can see that I've created a class, a list Roman class, embedded in this document. And if we look at the list style for this Roman, notice that I'm setting the position outside, and I'm setting the list style type to uppercase Roman, so I'm getting the Roman numeral 3. The two options for list style position is inside or outside. And again, the best way to learn these styles is just to try each example. So here is the position inside. Notice that I'm inside the list. The other option being outside. Let's change that from inside to back to outside so it matches the rest of the list there. Notice the default is outside. I don't have any positioning specified for these first two items, and notice that when I set my third one to outside, it matches the first two. I also have an ordered list here with lower Roman numerals set as the style. The last one there is set to none. Notice that right here, if we look at the list there, there's no style attached, whereas the other one have a class that I've set up called list style square, bread, milk, butter. So I've set that up in a class up here in the head section. List style square, notice the list type is lowercase Roman. Let's do uppercase Roman, just to show you the range of styles available. There is my uppercase Roman numerals. I can also choose another one from that list that I showed you. Let's do decimal style. And the property again would be just the word decimal, like so. Let's have a look at that style. And it looks like I didn't take, so I must have a spelling error there. Here is the list style square that I want to set. Let's change it from upper Roman to decimal, like so, and look at the changes. There's just numbers. Can also do decimal leading 0. Let's go ahead and copy that one, decimal leading 0, and add that to my declaration. Decimal leading 0, we'll put zeros in front of another typo there. Let's make sure I have that right. Decimal leading 0. And if we check this in the browser, in the Firefox browser, notice that there's a leading 0 in front of that list. Again, the fourth one has no style, so you can contrast that to the default marker style there. Now another option is to replace the marker style with an image using the list style image property, as I've done here for this ordered list. To do this, I've set up a class up here called .listStyleImage. Here is the syntax you need, list-style-image : then there's the URL call. We've seen that before, and I'm just pointing to the location of the graphic image that I want to use as a replacement of the marker. This can be a local file with a relative link, or I can actually have a URL pointing out to another site, a graphic located on the web somewhere. In this case, there's a GIF image that I'm using, this one here. Let's go ahead and change the butter list, which has a list style default, and let's change that to image here to bring in that image. So there's the style call there for the class that I've set up. Remember that the last one, number 4, is default, so that's just a number. So there you have an example of how to use an image to style your list. Actually, that's probably not the best image, but just to show you what's possible. Probably something smaller would work better in this example. Now in the case of using images, you should always specify a list style type property as well, just in case the image is unavailable.